Alrighty then. To start off, this is the poster presentation by me, Josiah Burns, and its title is Of Purposeful Harm and Non-Purposeful Harm. To introduce things, the purpose of this is to illustrate that harmful actions are committed every day, but not all harm is caused by direct action. While many people who are imprisoned for violent crimes have caused direct harm, others commit crimes without any intent to inflict harm. Most studies have shown a difference between aggressive levels in prisoners who committed violent crimes and those who committed non-violent crimes. The proposed method would allow us to measure the aggressiveness between violent and non-violent offenders. And the purpose of this is to establish that aggressiveness most common in violent offenders and is not so common in non-violent offenders. Alright, for the methods, we go to the research design, which is, first, 150 convicts would be divided into two groups, one with violent offenders and one with non-violent offenders. Secondly, self-evaluation tests of aggressiveness will be given to each participant to complete. Finally, a t-test will be conducted to compare the participants' aggressive behaviors between both groups. The criteria for this is that they are currently convicted offenders, they are male, they are over the age of 18, and they are able and willing to give informed consent. For the procedure, 150 convicts will be taken from the same holding site. Convicts are divided into two groups based on violent offenders and non-violent offenders. The group with violent offenders will be labeled intentional harm, and the group with non-violent offenders will be labeled unintentional harm. Self-tests measuring aggressive behavior will be given to each participant to complete. A t-test will then be conducted to compare the levels of aggression recorded between the two groups. The results of this will be estimated that there will be more participants in the intentional harm group, as men predominantly commit more violent crimes than non-violent crimes, and that the level of aggressiveness in the intentional harm group should exceed that of the unintentional harm group. Also, there should be a link between violent crimes and aggressive behavior. Now, the strengths and weaknesses of the study should give a supposedly accurate proportion of violent and non-violent offenders in the population. This study would not be applied to all prisoners as it does not take women or adolescents into account. Also, the aggressiveness levels could be inaccurate due to untruthful answers from the aggressiveness test. In conclusion, this study should be viable in giving us an accurate proportion of violent and non-violent offenders within the same area. Also, this study will help us determine the aggressiveness levels between violent and non-violent offenders. Thank you. Please give me your questions or comments.